Hey guys, I wanted to show you how I go ahead and do my daily watch list. Um, you know, kind of show you the process. So, usually, what I do is I start and look at my watch list and look through the sectors. So, I go ahead and look to see what sectors have the best setups, and then right now I'm just going to keep it short so I won't go through everything. But I look through all the sectors, and based on that sector, like for example here, XLE has like a three on the very bullish three on the day, like it went two to rev on the week. Even like the 5 week, which is a chart that time frame that opened up this week. It's looking pretty good. It's inside, double inside on the quarter. So I go ahead and look at that. I'm like, oh, okay. XLE looks good. And then I go ahead and within XLE, I start charting, like I start looking at all the tickers and see which ones have the best setups, which ones are uh, running with, the sector, or which ones might be lagging or, going the opposite way. And so, like, for example, I know earlier I was looking and like COP, ConocoPhillips has a good 1-3 setup on the day, and like it's still inside week. It's like triple inside 5 week. Like it looks pretty good. And so I'll go ahead and look at that, and then I'll start writing them down. And after I've looked through all the sectors and looked at what I like, I go ahead and I love going through my small ticker list and just kind of reviewing those, make sure that I'm not missing like any of the small tickers, because those, like, if they have a really good setup, they can really go, and you don't need a lot of money. For example, I'm kind of liking MO right here. It's three on the day and it has a gap to fill, two to rev as well on the week. So I'm gonna probably be charting that and writing that down later on. Um, so then after that, I pretty much look at that, and then I go ahead and um, go to TOS, to Thinkorswim, and I have a bunch of uh, scans set up, a bunch of queries so that I can run. I'll run them. They're mostly strat setups. So the cool thing is that when you have them saved right here, they create a watch list so you can basically run it on your phone as well. At work, I can't have Thinkorswim on like in my desktop, so I use my phone if I want to run some intraday queries. Also, shout out to Rob Fintech from 8x. He has his own right here. He has his own bot that runs a lot of the strat setup. So I like to go here too. It looks better. And then, just to make sure there's nothing like that his bot has that I may have missed. So I like looking at some of the setups. And also, he has like the 2 week, the 5 week, like, what some of those random time frames as well. And look at here, double inside day, Nvidia. Interesting. So, is that true? All right. It looks to be double inside days. So I'm definitely going to be looking at that. Yeah. So, that's another way where I spot things. And then after that, like, I go ahead and whatever the tickers I like, I start looking at the contracts. I'm still working on my trading, on growing my portfolio. So I definitely don't like to day trade or get weeklies, especially now that today's Wednesday, and so the week's almost done. So theta will eat your contracts if things don't go your way. So I'll like Nvidia, I would mainly look for July 21st if I want to trade it for a few days. If not, I'll go further out to like um, August and September. Just kind of get buy time on my contracts, and even you know you still get like a good return. Like for example, with Costco, I bought next week's just because when I saw the double hammer, I'm like, I think this is ready to move a lot, and it pretty much did. And so tomorrow, I kind of plan to sell right when it hits the broad information, if it does. So that's basically what I do for you know for cost for stuff like that. Like I'll look at the contracts, and that's why I like looking at the small tickers because then you can buy time and it doesn't have to be super expensive. So if you have like a small account, and then once I have that, like I'm trying to be very disciplined. So I'm trying to take like three trades max a week. I realize that I tend to over trade. So I'm trying to find the really good setups. I'm really trying to compound my accounts. So I'll write those down. I'll write down like my price targets, and then once the day I enter, like I'll go ahead and mark, like Sal says, I'll mark my entry so that you can set that as your stop loss. So like here, for example, with Costco, it never went back to my entry, or at least it hasn't yet. So it hasn't stopped me out. I'm still in the trade. And then based on the type of tickers that I like to choose, I want a lot of confluences. Like I want, you know, let's say it does have something has like a really good daily setup, but then the weekly looks trash, or it doesn't have full time frame continuity, then I'll kind of like not get in, even though like the daily it might pop off. So yeah, so I'll look for confluences like that, make sure that other time frames like the 2 day, 3 day, weekly, 2 weeks, all those kind of look good. And then after I'm done with that, like I call it a day. And then in the morning when I wake up and I'm having my coffee, I go to like Forex Factory. Well, this I do actually. I do it like on Mondays. I'll look at what we have for the week, and then I'll write it down in my notebook just so that I make sure I keep an eye on these things. And then I go to Bensinga in the morning, and I do it from my phone. And I look at the ratings just to see what's downgraded, upgraded, initiated, price targets, like raises or decreases. So I like looking at that. I like looking at Seeking Alpha, Yahoo Finance, just going through the headlines that have happened over the night. And then also in Trading View, this thing puts my face really big. All right. Also in Trading View, I have this nice little shoot. I have this nice little scanner that does a pre-market gap ups and gap downs. And so I look to see what's gapped up and gapped down pre-market, just to give me an idea. And sometimes you can tell a pattern. You can see like, oh, olive oil is gapping up or gapping down, stuff like that. So those are basically the main things I do just to see if I need to change my watch list or something's not going to work out. That's what I do in the morning, and I meditate uh, before the market opens so I can wait, be ready. By the time the market opens, I'm already working. The things that I'm mainly working on right now is basically I'm working on my mentality, my trading mentality. I need to get it stronger so that I can be, really, really effective on my trading. And then I also always just try to rewatch videos or learn something new on the technical side as well, ask questions, all that stuff. But like I've always, kind of realized now it's so important to not only have like your technical skills, but also have your mentals, your strong so that you can be a good trader. And then I'd like to just give a shout out to Ray, Destrat Uchiha, Sal, and Adix because they've been awesome in teaching, and Abby trades as well, like just awesome in teaching everyone how to be a good trader. So I hope you like this video. Thanks.